Genesis is on the right track to producing really great luxury vehicles at an affordable price. Let's find out more on this episode of Queer4Cars. This GV70 is everything that Genesis is supposed to be. It is luxurious, it's understated, it's full of technology, it's got just about everything you're going to want, and it is got a nice price tag, so it better be right there and right on the mark with a lot of things. And this GV70 has done just that. Hello there, this is William West Hopper from Queer4Cars, and we're here with the 2022 Genesis GV70. Now, crossovers are a dime a dozen these days, and to make a really fine crossover takes a lot of ingenuity and styling, and Genesis has done just that in this GV70 all-wheel drive in prestige trim. It's very elegantly designed, very well flowing on the outside, a very nice simple line across the top. There's not a lot of gewgaws going on. Well, maybe I'm wrong there. These upgraded wheels have a little too much detailing for my liking, but then again, Hyundai and Genesis and Kia tend to add those little gewgaws in their styling trim. Now you'll notice the lines from the front to the back. It's almost like a station wagon, which of course is what crossovers really are today. The GV70 is a two-row crossover with cargo space in the rear. It is not designed as a three-row. So if you're looking for a three-row crossover, you're going to have to go up to the GV80. It's larger and older brother, and you can check out our review video on that vehicle here on Queer4Cars, either on our blog or in one of our previous videos. The first thing you're going to notice about any Genesis vehicle are these eyebrow headlights and this massive grille. You'll see that on all Genesis vehicles, and it really is a signature part of the Genesis brand. The front of the Genesis GV70 is very well proportioned. It has a great look for a luxury crossover with a large grille. Now, of course, a lot of people complain about these large grilles. Now, there's a reason for them, because engines are smaller these days, so it takes more radiator space, more cooling space to cool these engines. Now, this actually is not a small engine at all. It's a 3.5 turbocharged engine, which is pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and have a look under the hood of the GV70 and have a look at the 3.5 liter turbo GDI engine that this vehicle comes with. You're really not going to be able to see a whole lot about this V6 engine, as it is very well covered. There are covers in the front and there are covers over it, so you really don't see a whole lot about this engine. So the GV70 has a V6 turbocharged GDI engine that produces 375 horsepower with 391 foot-pounds of torque. Genesis headlight design that follows through in the rear as well, but classic Genesis design, you'll see that on a lot of Genesis vehicles. And of course it has really, really large exhaust port. Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis tend to like to be a little decorative and sometimes a little too decorative. So one of the things that I'm not overly thrilled about, and it really is nitpicking, is the gewgaws that are on the wheel, and there's a little bit of detailing right back here post the rear wheel. This little hatch area, this little great grille area, which really does mimic the grille on the front and certainly the indentations on the wheel, and it goes along the back, but it's not open, it's closed, so it does have a different look. It's not one of my favorite parts of the Genesis GV70, but it really is the only part that I don't like. And of course, once you get inside, you're going to really experience the luxury that the GV70 has. Now the interior is really, really nice. I really like all of this carbon fiber that you see throughout the vehicle, the stitching, and I specifically really like the red stitching on the seats and the red seat belts. Really, really nice. A sunshade and a sunroof in the front. So it does have a glass roof for the second row, which is very nice. Interior, it's a really nice touches to it. More carbon fiber. Steering wheel has a nice feel to it. The Genesis logo and horn button is not overly large. It stands out pretty well, so it's pretty. Genesis is well known for its crystal hockey puck dial here, the little circle dial. A lot of brands are using this circular hockey puck style dial now. Genesis does it a little bit differently by using a nice piece of crystal on it. I've been assured that this is crystal, not plastic. This dial up here, it doesn't have writing ability, and it should have writing ability in there, you would think, with that big space. So it does have wireless charging, which is right in here, but you can't see your phone when you do that. So that's 2 USB-A ports and wireless charging in there, so your phone can go and be charged. Let's take this car out for a drive and get a feeling of it. All right, now that we're buckled in, notice the nice red safety belts to go with the beautiful black seats, and there's a lot of really nice touches in here, like the suede here and on the seats as well. So, all right. Now, as you would expect in a luxury vehicle, the ride is very compliant and very comfortable. But don't think for a moment that it is not sporty and you don't feel like you're in total control, because you do feel like you're in control, which is nice. Now, we are going over pretty rough patches there, and you don't feel it. You hear it a little bit more than you feel it. The GV70 handles it very, very well. It has a nice engine noise, which it makes. For car enthusiasts, I believe that that is going to be something that they will like. And I don't believe that it is automatically created. I believe it is actually done by the engines. So let's go up into sport and get a little bit more of sport. Now, sport's grabbing my seat and giving me a little stuff. Oh, look, there's an Argo car with a camera on top of it, testing out automated driving. Highway cruising ability works great. I have no qualms about that whatsoever. And in town, it was fine too. Now, the nice leather-like seating is a little shy for me with my longer thighs. I haven't quite found a comfortable place here, but it does kind of cup you. It doesn't feel like you're sitting in a sling like you'll find in some vehicles. Crossovers are truly nothing but station wagons for the 21st century. And this Genesis GV70 is no different. And what makes a station wagon important is the rear hatch cargo area of the GV70 is like other GV SUVs and crossovers. You access it by pushing the button under the rear window wiper. And what do you find once you get inside of this Genesis GV70? Well, let's take a look. Inside the cargo area of the Genesis GV70 is a lot of space. Now, the 60/40 rear seats do fold down, but you have to find that controller for it, and that's just right here on both sides. There's just simple little things you push down and it goes down, and you've got a lot of space in there. Now, I would say that's probably a little bit more than 5 feet. Not thinking it's going to be a whole lot more, though I did get a 6-foot ladder in the back of this vehicle. Now, to get underneath the cargo area, there is a small area here that could hide some things, but they'd be very small. And then underneath that in the back, here's your tools for your spare tire. And of course, there is a very large donut spare tire and a little bit of space in there to hold a couple of things. But I don't know that you'd be able to put a laptop or anything under there if you wanted to keep them away from prying eyes. Now, this vehicle is not equipped with a pull-down tonneau cover, though the holders are here for it, so I would expect that you can option that into it. So a lot of space, just like a station wagon, but it's not going to be really big to put a big box in, because you've got maybe 30 inches at the most here to get something in, So you could put something long and flat in, but not something big and bulky. It does have the button for closing, and also what's nice is the lock button. So if you're closing the vehicle and you want to lock it, you can do it from here, and you don't have to go up and lock the front doors. I'm very impressed with everything that this GV70 has to offer. This 2022 Genesis GV70 all-wheel drive in prestige trim. So is the Genesis GV70 something worth investing $62,000 plus in? I would say yes. From my experiences for this week, the vehicle has a nice feel to it. The interior is nice. The exterior is well designed and well done. So I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing with this vehicle. As many of you know, Genesis was a model within Hyundai, was Hyundai's luxury model, and then Hyundai spun it off to become the luxury brand. Not unlike Lexus was spun off from Toyota, or Infiniti was spun off from Nissan, and Acura spun off from Honda. And in reality, you know, those luxury brands, upscale brands from from manufacturers is nothing new. Think of Lincoln with Ford.
Now, if you've liked this video, please go ahead and hit that like button. And we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe to our channel and hit that bell icon to be notified of future videos that we produce on car and truck reviews and stories about the automotive lifestyle.